Hello and welcome to the Sheet Metal Design course. I am your instructor Mufaddal Rashid. I am a mechanical engineer by profession and I have worked in automotive R&D for 6+ years. I have worked in the chassis design domain and I have extensively used sheet metal design during my work. So this course is an attempt to share my knowledge with you regarding that subject and take you through the important concepts and the underlying principles of sheet metal design, along with what are the design considerations and guidelines which should be followed for making effective designs. The flow of the course will be something like this. First, we'll have a look at the introduction to sheet metal design. Why do we need sheet metal? What is the importance? What is the difference? And what are the pros and cons? Then we'll have a look at the material selection and properties. What kind of materials are available in sheet metal and what are the properties which have to be taken care during selection. Then we'll have a look at the common processes in sheet metal. After that, we'll have a deep dive in the theory of plastic deformation. So what is the underlying theory behind the sheet metal forming? After that, we'll have a look at formability, which is a very important concept and which validates the feasibility of a design in sheet metal forming. After that, we'll have an in-depth look of bending. So bending is one type of operation in sheet metal and we'll have a look at it in depth. So in this section, we'll have a look at the K factor, the neutral axis, the bend allowance, the minimum bend radius, all that we'll have a look in this section. After that, we'll have a brief look at the other major operations in sheet metal. Following that, we'll have a look at the manufacturing cost. What are the components of cost? And then finally, we'll have an in-depth look at what are the design considerations which have to be taken care when designing for sheet metal. In this section, we'll have a look at things like bend relief, what should be the gap between a hole and the edge, what should be the gap between two holes, or what should be the gap between a hole and the bend. So things like that we'll study in this section, which will be really helpful to practically design for sheet metal. So who is this course for? This course will be really helpful for engineering students who are doing their studies and are interested in the product design domain. This will help you build a strong foundation of the principles which are governing the sheet metal design. Also, this course will be helpful for product designers who are already in the business and want to expand their knowledge in the area.